Hey everyone, it's Jim from Each One Teach One Farms, and I am here in New Jersey making this video. I'm visiting my family's house here and been here for about the past couple of weeks getting some relaxation and family time in. So if you haven't seen me at the farmer's market in a couple of weeks, this is where I've been at. So I'll be back next week and I hope to see some of you guys soon. I just wanted to make this quick little video in response to an email I received from Ronald in Hawaii, who bought a Bokashi bucket from me at the Earth Day Festival at UH that happened last month. So Ronald had a couple of questions, and I was going to write him back, and I thought it might be a good idea for me to just address this via video here, because I think he's touching on some issues that I think a lot of you guys might have. So let me go ahead and read his email. Ronald says, Aloha Jim, my Bokashi bucket is full now. I don't have room in my planter garden, so I plan to put it into a plastic container bin with a lid. I plan to put potting soil on the bottom, add the food, and then add soil again and mix together and cover with a lid. After 2 weeks, I will plan to check it, and if it looks good, spread it around my vegetables as organic fertilizer. So he says, question, should I punch drain holes on the bottom of the container bin for drainage? Okay, this is a really good question. And one option, if you don't have a yard or you don't have room to plant your fermented Bokashi waste into the ground, I always suggest to people that you can do this inside of some other container. I suggest some of the larger Rubbermaid plastic bins that they sell at your Home Depot or hardware store to do that. And Ronald's right on point with his plan. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lay down some soil on the bottom, and this can be soil from your yard, or it can be if you buy potting soil. I don't really like to buy something that I already have, so if I were to do it and I have access, I would just use some regular soil from the ground. That's completely fine. So you're going to lay down maybe about an inch or two on the bottom, and then you're going to spread your waste over that, and then what you want to do is add at least 8 inches of soil to the top of that. So Ron, that's a good plan. I do not think that you need to poke drainage holes in your container if you've already drained the fluid out of your bucket. So what I would suggest to you is that before you add that waste to your plastic container, I would suggest that you get a paper plate or maybe some kind of masher and push down on the waste already in the bucket to squeeze the juice out of that. And then go ahead and drain your bucket through the spigot once again. If you do that, I do not think that you need to place drainage holes inside of your plastic container. So go ahead and give that a try and see if that works. But just a reminder, make sure that you get at least 8 inches of soil on top of that food waste. You want to mix it in a little bit, but really it's important that you have soil sitting on top of that food waste. The next question he asks is, I emptied the juice and it was really stink. Is that normal? The food was not stink at all. So yes, the compost tea or the juice that comes out of that spigot usually stinks. And whenever I empty mine, I usually try to do it outside because it's nasty. And if I drain it inside my house, my roommates complain, and it's just not a good situation. So yeah, it's totally normal for that stuff to stink. Sometimes it stinks more than other times, but it's completely normal for it to have an odor, and for your actual waste in the bucket not to have an odor or have that kind of sweet and sour fermented smell. So that's normal. No worries. When you do drain that out, I suggest diluting that at a ratio of about 1 to 100. So I'm not super accurate. I usually put, if I get 1 to 2 cups of juice, I'll throw that in like a 2 or 3 gallons of water, and then I go and spray it and throw it, maybe just empty it into the soil around my plants. This is really forgiving, so don't worry about harming your plants. They'll be fine. It's just that if you can, why not stretch that more than it can. That stuff is really concentrated, so get some more use out of it by diluting it with some water. Um, let's see if he has any more questions. Ronald says, I bought the bucket at the Earth Day Festival at UH, and only now the bucket is full. That's great. People sometimes think they're going to fill it up in no time, but it takes a little bit longer than you think because you're just putting in your scraps. I put only vegetables, fruit, eggshells, coffee, etc. No meat. And that's it. So, good job, Ron. And I'm glad everything is going well. It sounds like it's looking good. And please feel free to keep me posted on your progress. And any of you other guys out there, if you're seeing this video and you've gotten a Bokashi bucket, if you ever have any questions, please, please, please send me an email, eachoneteachonefarms@gmail.com. I think you can find it right below in the description of this video. Also, be sure to check out my site, eachoneteachonefarms.com. I'm always posting, I'm trying to post more videos like this, but I'm always posting other information on there. And as time moves on, I'm going to try to make that more of a kind of a hub for information and learning. So, yep, hit me up. See you guys soon. Bye.